It's a real shame that the Nextool E1 multi-tool hasn't received a lot of attention, even though it's been on the market for some time. I think it's been overshadowed by newer multi-tools coming in the market, especially the Roxxon Flex Companion with its modular design. I don't know if that's going to be the wave of the future, but I still think tools like this offer a great value and why you should consider it for your everyday carry. There are several things that drew me to the Nextool E1, and I want to start with the price. Now, the Roxxon Flex Companion starts at $50, and of course, if you want to swap out tools, you have to buy those tools separately, so that's going to add to the cost. Now, this one normally sells right around $27. I'll leave it down below in the description where you can find it on Amazon, but I got a discount code a few weeks ago that brought it down to almost $20. So there is a pretty big price difference when it comes to the Nextool E1 versus something like a Roxxon. The next thing that I really like about it is that it's very compact because you're not jamming a ton of tools into this frame. It's very lightweight. It's actually very comparable to my Victorinox Super Tinker. Obviously, you can see this is a little bit shorter and a little bit wider, but the weight is very comparable, and it has a pocket clip. So I appreciate that I can just slide this in and out of my pocket very easily and take it with me on the go. Even with its compact size, it still manages to include a bit driver, which takes Leatherman style bits, and it comes with a double-sided bit, which has a slotted end and a Phillips end, and there's a little spring here that holds it together with enough tension. I did buy the additional bit kit, which you can buy separately. Comes with 10 double-sided bits from Phillips to even T6, T8, and even an Allen bit. Now, I do want to mention this Allen bit right here because you probably may not be able to tell, but it is a little bit thicker than the other bits. So when you're trying to put it into the holder, you have to kind of angle it in to get past that spring and then push down. So sometimes it's a bit of a challenge like I'm having right now, but see, so if you angle it in, then it'll lift the spring so you can push it down. So that's something that I thought I'd mention, that I noticed. But I really like this case that it comes in. It snaps together like this, and then fits in my Maxpedition Platy organizer. I have the small version right here. Very nice, and I zip it up like that. And then the E1 goes in this front pocket with my Cobra pliers. In addition to the bit driver, you have an X-Acto blade. Now, as a side note, none of these tools are locking. Now, it could be an advantage depending on where you live, like in the UK with different knife laws than in the US, but I thought I would mention that. So the X-Acto blade is great for making precision cuts, and there's a little slider right here, so if you slide it all the way down, you can replace the blade. It does come with a set of blades in the box, and then when you're ready, you just put it back right in here and then push up, and you're good to go. Lastly, on this side, you have a combination bottle opener, can opener, and package opener. And this one has a thumb stud for some reason. I think they just did that to make it symmetrical with the other side. And you can open this with one hand using the left or the right, just like that. Now on this side, you have the main blade. And the only thing I will say about this is that it's pretty short. I wish it was a little bit longer, but I understand they wanted to keep it compact, so you're not going to be able to cut larger items with this. What I've been mainly using this for is draw cutting because it does have a really nice sheep's foot blade shape, and the tip is very good for that application. Also has a really nice robust pair of scissors. They're not as good as Victorinox, but they're very ergonomic. You've got this nice contour for your thumb. And so they're very easy to use, comfortable to use, and they will cut things like paracord, thin cardboard, paper very easily. The only thing with these is that when you're putting them away, I have pinched myself. I'm not exactly sure, but something like, I think this gap here, I've managed to get my finger in there, and it did cause a pinch point. So that's something to be aware of. And then lastly, I think I've covered all 10 functions of this multi-tool, is the double-sided file. Now, it's not the most aggressive file, so it's really mainly just for nail care, I think. and it does work well for that. And then you've also got this flat end, maybe to use as a pry bar. So that's it for the Nextool E1 multi-tool. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and pray to help support the channel. And as always, God bless.